Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Wiggy Shop. Today I wanted to go over something that I ran into a number of years ago before I had a whole lot of understanding about how multimeters worked, and it's about checking for continuity in circuits. What I was told a long time ago was if I simply put it in the mode to check for continuity, it would tell me if I had a dead short. And you can see that's exactly what it does. Where I ran into problems is I had a situation where I had a unknown load and I was trying to add something to the circuit on the vehicle. So the only thing that I could see was a connector. And there's a switch that was buried inside the dash that would give power on and off to one side of this. There was the load, and then there was the ground. So I thought that the simplest way to identify which one was power and ground would be to connect up one lead of my meter to the ground circuit. So this would have been at the battery. And then I probed both sides of the plug. And it looked like I had continuity on one pin and continuity on the other. Now, anyone watching this can see that the meter is actually giving us the amount of ohms of resistance. So it's real easy to tell with this particular case which side would be the ground. When I'm probed on the black wire here, I have 0.1 ohms and I have 20 ohms. What got me into trouble was my misunderstanding at the time that any time the meter was beeping, it just meant that I had a dead short. And each one of these meters, if you look in the manual, they actually will tell you under what resistance the beeper will go off. So it's possible, if you were just listening for the beeping, that it would appear that both of these are actually connected to my ground circuit, and they're not. They have a load in between. So just a simple thing that I had made a mistake on a long time ago, and I thought that someone else might benefit from seeing this instead of scratching their head why it's showing that you have continuity on both sides to ground when really you're going through the load on one side. The only time this becomes an issue is when you have low resistance in your load. If this was a 300 ohm resistor or a 1000 ohm resistor, this would not beep more than likely. I'd have to look up the specs. But there's a certain threshold that it will say that it has continuity. So whenever you're checking for continuity, it's really important to actually monitor the meter. I actually don't use the beeper, or if it beeps, I'll actually look to see what it's saying because it can give you some false readings. Hopefully you found this interesting, and thanks for watching.